Hello and welcome to another episode of Starting Line, the show that lets you know where to begin when you're looking at a character that's long established but maybe you've never had any time to get into. We've looked at Wonder Woman, we've looked at the Punisher, we're back to Marvel this time. We're going to explore a character that is one of my all-time favorites. And if you've looked at the thumbnail, you know who it is, so stick around and pay attention. That's right, we're here to talk about the man without fear. And no, Thanatos, I do not mean the Green Lantern. I mean this guy, the Daredevil. Whether you like him in yellow or you like him in red, he is my particular man without fear. He's a great character, and his history goes all the way back to his #1 issue with Stan Lee creating one of the all-time great Marvel characters, the sort of damaged hero, Daredevil, the blind superhero. They also sell it in these great Masterworks editions. This one has the first, I believe, 9 issues or 10 issues all in one. It's an amazing read. But not everybody enjoys that sort of Silver Age nostalgia type reading. It's not always the easiest to digest. Now, there are a lot of places you could start, and I have went through and enjoyed a lot of different sort of #1s. Among my personal favorite is the Brian Michael Bendis run. I have all of the different trades for this run. It is amazing, and I have devoured them several different times over. You can follow that, of course, with the Brubaker run, and then the Mark Waid run. There are several great sort of epic sagas of Daredevil history. But I don't think any of them really work as a starting point. They really demand a lot of history, a lot of knowledge and background for these characters, and they reward that knowledge. So then the question becomes, where can you start? I've picked a slightly different starting point for our character. I decided to go with the Frank Miller, David Mazzucchelli run, also known as Born Again. For those of you that are fans of the television program, this is basically what the final season of the TV show on Netflix sort of became. It's a great storyline that involves the Kingpin in sort of his classic Machiavellian sort of villain role and the way he tears apart Daredevil's life. The best part about this run is every character they bring in, whether it's the investigative reporter or the girlfriend from the past, they spend a little bit of time giving you background on who they are. Of course, there's a little bit of an expectation in this storyline that they hope you know these characters. After all, we're starting at Daredevil issue 227. But at the same time, writer Frank Miller does a really good job of layering in just enough information that for a completely new reader, you could dive right in and get exactly what's happening here without a whole lot of need for background. For me, one of the best parts about this whole run is the incredible artwork by David Mazzucchelli. These are the same two people, Miller and Mazzucchelli, who nailed it on Batman Year One, and this was a partnership that started sort of in these Daredevil days. If you go and read this, I promise you, you'll find just as much appreciation for this story as most of you have found for Batman Year One. Most people I talk to who are Daredevil fans mark this as the high water mark in Daredevil history. It really is the culmination of a lot of important moments in his life. Matt Murdock is sort of the quintessential Marvel character. The flaws, whether they are physical in his blindness or emotional in the scars of his childhood, or in this case, him dealing with a villain who has really figured out the quickest way to wound him. What you get is a character on the edge, and that becomes a really powerful story to tell. This is a really great series that I'm slowly starting to collect. It runs from issue 227 through issue 233 with the culmination and guest appearance of Mr. Captain America himself. All of these elements combine to make a story that is compelling, original, and really one of my all-time favorites. I'm just really happy that it also happens to be the perfect Daredevil starting line. Thank you for watching and taking the time. Please leave me a comment if there's a character that you think would make for a really good starting line episode. And check out the other 2 episodes in this series if you haven't done so yet. If you're enjoying all of this content, obviously subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you back here again soon for another starting line. Bye.